Hey there, it's Rosemary Smart from the Smart team. I am doing a very quick video to show you something that is unique to Canadians who are in Wake Up Now. I have been getting a lot of questions and referrals from other leaders to answer questions on what products in Wake Up Now are available or not available to members of Wake Up Now at the platinum level. So that is the question I'm going to be answering today. I just am really quickly going to go on screen share so that you can take a look at what I am looking at. I've done a couple of screenshots and I've done kind of a little slick little trick that I want to show you that works for people who are in Wake Up Now. Now, this is what my back office looked like when I registered as a member in Wake Up Now. To those of you who are from the US, this will look very bare and sparse because all we have available in this gray line here is product suites, which is the the platinum level, the preferred customer level, that type of thing, and coupons, the things that are free. That is it. That is all we have available in this black line. Now, if you look at the drop-down menu here, this is a screen share, so it's not live. We do have access to the Vacation Club. We do have access to travel. We do have access to TaxBot and the finance software. We do have access to Protect. That's the ID theft software, and we do have access to the language program. So we do have access to quite a bit. What we don't have access to is your marketplace, which will include Deal Share and one other product that you'll see in a minute. When I click on Market Share in this drop-down menu at that time, it would simply flip back to this page. There is nothing in Marketplace that will be active for Canadians. So as you can see, there is a fair amount that is available to Canadians. The comp plan works beautifully. If you are registered from a Canadian address, don't worry about it. You can build your business just like you normally would if you were living in the United States. This internet data type software all works very well. We just finished registering and staying at a hotel that we booked through WUN for the travel, and it worked beautifully. The one thing that I want to give you the heads up on is we did not get an email from the hotel that we were confirmed. We had to phone and get that ourselves. I gather they send the confirmation to WUN instead of to us, and WUN does not forward it on to you. So you need to be after you've made the reservation through WUN for your travel, you need to be in contact with the hotel just to get confirmation that nothing went awry and they did get your registration, your reservation. Now, I'm going to show you something that I did. I went into the back office and changed my mailing address to a U.S. address. Now, I have a U.S. street address because we do a lot of business online, and we do a lot of shipping of product and that type of thing. And we have set up a U.S. address, and we have a U.S. bank account, and we have a U.S. credit card and that type of thing. So I went into my back office and tried to change my main primary billing address to our U.S. street address, and I emphasize that is a street address, not a box number, and changed the shipping address to the U.S. address because that's where the product, if I'm going to order the Wake Up Now products, the coffee and the Thunder, it would be shipped to this U.S. address. The reason we do that in Canada is because shipping, once it has to be taken across the border and you involve customs, becomes extremely expensive. If you can go across the border and pick it up yourself in the mail and take it back across the border and deal with customs personally, personally, it really saves you a fortune in shipping. So we do that. We don't live far from the US-Canada border, and we have a US street address, and so I tried changing it in my back office, and it took the new street address, it took the new town, it took changed the postal code to the zip code. It would not let me change from BC to Washington. So I contacted support and asked them to make the change, and they did. They said that kind of change has to be done in the back office with support. You can't do it yourself. Did that. Half an hour later, logged in to register for the Wake Up Now conference in Salt Lake City, Utah in September, and lo and behold, look what is available in my back office now that I have a U.S. address. Now I have access to One Shop, I have access to DealStream, I have access to Local. Now, just as a heads up, if I were to go into the One Shop and order the Thunder, the Tropical Burst, that type of thing, it would have to be shipped to my U.S. address, and I would still have to go down to the U.S. and pick up my mail and bring it through the border. Another thing that you need to know that is not available to Canadians, you cannot order any of those products if you have a Canadian shipping address or a Canadian address. I did talk to my sponsor and asked him if he could order it for me using my credit card. He agreed to do that, but when he logged in from his US IP address, he couldn't use my membership number, which means I would not have got any of the PV from it. So that wasn't going to work. It had to be me that ordered it, and I couldn't do it until I had a US address. Another thing that you need to know, in the formerly in my back office, this is all the coupons, like the free A&W Papa Burger, buy one get one free kind of coupons that they have in here. I did a really thorough check on every single one of the products, and every single one of the products were US based. Even A&W. A&W is 2 blocks from my house, and I couldn't use the Papa Burger because it's participating stores only, and the stores, when you click on what stores are available, they're all US stores. Just so you know, Canadians have access to the coupons, but we can't use them unless we're traveling in the United States. A little bit of something that WUN itself is going to have to address as they open up into Canada, but in the meantime, if you are a Canadian with access to the United States, fairly convenient access, which, by the way, hundreds of thousands of Canadians do, there's numerous places that are set up in towns along the U.S. border that accept Canadian mail, or mail that is shipped to Canadians at this U.S. address, and they will hold it for you until you can go down and pick it up. You're not dodging anything, you're not avoiding any taxes. What's different is you're not asking a company to take it through customs and at the border, you are doing it yourself. And because you are not having anyone in between deliver it through the customs and the border, you're saving a whack of shipping. You'll notice if you're ordering something from the States, if you're ordering it in the US, it might often say free shipping, for example, if you're ordering on Amazon or eBay. But if you're ordering with a Canadian address, shipping will be like $15 or $35, or sometimes it'll more than double the price of the product. And 99% of that is dealing with customs in the US border crossing. So if you can set up a US address, street address, and when you sign up for Wake Up Now, use the U.S. street address to register with Wake Up Now. If you've already got a Wake Up Now account, you're already registered in the platinum level, establish your legal U.S. address, and then contact Wake Up Now support and have them change your address to the U.S. address, and you will then have access to the products that the United States people have access to. It's the only way I know of to get around this system until Wake Up Now catches up with their rapidly expanding business. In the meantime, we can still work with it, and we have access to some of these great deals. So that's it for now. Just wanted to let you know how to go about getting around that if you are able to do that, and rock on.